Oh, Judy. Hi. I am here today as an advocate for a critical piece of education that has been purposely removed from our schools today. This missing link is the reason for the uneasy feeling we all share now about what's happening in America. We call the subject civics, which is fundamentally important because it's governance. With the slightest shift of perception, civics can go a long way to repairing all of our current insolvable problems, which are not insolvable, and wake people up to their solution and prepare them to achieve the mobility of mind that is the goal of education. Why civics? Why do we call our War of Independence a revolutionary war? Why? It wasn't independence, because there are more struggles for independence than you can count. It was because we, the people of the nation, were asked to run the nation. It is the only class, civics, in which that is taught, that the ruler and the ruled could be one thing. It teaches our children how to run the country before it's their turn to run the country. It teaches the citizens of the country that they are the final authority, that they are the ones to be answered to. And civics should teach a realistic, practical political power. Not empty words, but with the full powers of the Constitution and the legal authority that stems from it. America is revolutionary because education was never, ever, ever done for the common man, ever offered, even to read or write, because it created frustration and a desire to change one's station. The higher classes never deny education to their young, but never allow it to 95% of the people who have lived on the planet Earth. Educating all to all was truly revolutionary, and it would have gotten us hanged if we'd been a European country. The Constitution and its preamble make no mention of political parties, but political parties have become the center of our political process, and even the simplest study of civics teaches that the Constitution is the center, and some things cannot be solved through a partisan filter. You can't have a Republican Party highway system. You can't have a Democratic Party education system. Some things are shared by all and must be solved by all as Americans. The Constitution, however, has become a supporting player, and that is counter-revolutionary. The Bill of Rights is revolutionary because it's more than a series of laws and responsibilities. It is a picture of our future moral character. We had the courage to say, this is who we choose to be. By signing it and making it public, the whole world knows every time we fail it and every time we succeed it. That is the ultimate American gesture, because it was naive and it was profound. And it described not what the people were restrained from doing, but what the government was restrained from doing to its own people. And that is revolutionary to the core. It is unique, dangerous, and beautiful. and it has no precedent whatsoever in all of human history. And it's become the goal of the entire world. If we don't teach our children the people's rights and authorities, there is no check on the predators that life supplies. If we don't educate our children to excellence, they will lose the industries that took their families generations to build here. They will be eaten by competition, foreign or domestic, and smarter. It will create a military that we can't count on to be smart enough to win. And it will turn our political opponents into our enemies, as it has already done. The tools that are required to run this representative democracy, civility, dissent, debate, opposing views, these tools control the worst of man's nature. And we are choosing to trash our birthright if excellence in intelligence, which is available to all, is turned away from. Untaught, it can wreak indescribable damage. Our Republican democracy depends on this principle, that the people are mature enough emotionally to share space with those with whom they disagree. And that's a high expectation that we have of our citizens, so high, in fact, that it was the very first time in history it was ever asked. We say, if you can get here, you can rise by merit in your lifetime. No guarantee, but we give you the opportunity to rise and lift your station in life, to start something, fail, and start something else. Say what you want. Do what you want, so long as your fist is not in my face to do it. We give you mobility, freedom, and opportunity. And we were the very first body of people to offer that in 13,000 years of human history. We were and still are a political miracle, and our kids don't know what the hell I'm talking about because we don't teach it to them anymore. Because the norm of human existence is so dark and so bloody and so unfair compared to the twinkle of light of intelligence that we are. We offer fairness. We offer a legal system that said no one, regardless of station or office, is above the law. The last phrase of the preamble to the Constitution is a promise to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. What is posterity? It's you. It's you and your kids. And that promise is deliberately unfulfilled right now. That's the reason for America's decay in every sector of society. Civics untaught is values untaught. And that means when we wake up in the morning, we don't know who we are. We don't know why we are who we are, and we don't know the difference between right and wrong. If we don't teach how our government works in a realistic fashion, who runs this country in 30 years? Because nature abhors a vacuum, it'll be run by someone who will run it for their own interests and who will be assured that we don't know enough to stop them. Our kids must learn to have mobility of mind, to have an agile mind, how to clearly communicate, how to explore the substance of an issue, how to run a corporation or a military with excellence, and with the confidence of their own authority. And if we don't, our children will turn to us and say, "How could you have abandoned us like this?" We don't need everyone in civics classes to get a 4.0. We don't need everyone in math classes to get a 4.0. We do need enough people to get the best possible education so that the country can be handled in governance, in industry, in science, in the arts by the best and the brightest. And the rest are educated, engaged, and of value. That is the true revolutionary brilliance of our education system. You teach everything to everyone, and the cream will rise to the top, and the thing that remains is the cream also. No reasons that have been put forth to cut these fundamentally critical classes have any common sense. They are only excuses. There aren't enough hours in the day, or our kids can't handle the complexities of the issue, or we can't afford it. Those excuses are an insult to us and to those people who died for those values, wrote them out, and signed them. We are the richest country that has ever been, and we can afford to do anything we wish if we wish it. It's just a matter of setting priorities. And if we can't get the leaders of the two parties in the United States Senate to agree that their parties will endorse the Constitution of the United States, which they just refused to do, pack it up. Now, I founded the Dreyfus Initiative to create a solution for this problem. We have been endorsed by the American Bar Association, Common Core, Common Cause, Rotary, Studies Weekly, the National Association of Secondary School Principals and Superintendents, and the Girl Scouts. Because the Girl Scouts are a perfect metaphor for America. We're doing this for a very simple reason: to make our kids smarter. So I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things right now. For the kids who are watching, go to school and ask, demand that you be taught with excellence how to run the country before it's your turn to run the country. And tap your parents on the shoulders and tell them that you did that. And for parents, you ask your kid's teacher, is civics being taught? Are debate and opposing views and civility and dissent being used as tools? Is the contrast between America and the rest of the world being clearly taught? And most of all, parents, tap the school's superintendents on the shoulder so they will know that they have your support, which gives them political muscle. And if you don't have kids, volunteer. Your life experience is of enormous value, and you can teach the values of common sense in any subject. Now, no matter what party you vote, or even if you don't think of yourself as political at all, this must matter to you. If you care at all about the quality of life that you will be giving to your grandchildren, America takes work. America does not happen by itself. So go out and make this happen. The world needs us. Thank you.